Time again for another little puzzle. White to move, and we are winning this. Our pawn here is one step away from promotion, but of course, if we promote right away, black will simply take it with his queen. So, and of course, this pawn is going this direction, and our others are going up also, obviously. So, can you find out how white wins from here? Pause the video and have a look at this on your own. Go ahead. And welcome back. Okay, so what are we looking at? Well, we want to play our king to protect this pawn, but obviously we cannot do it now because he can still take it and it will be checkmate. So that's not a good move. We need to do something about his king. And let me show you a very interesting move which is not correct. Knight b5 looks good. It protects the pawn and he cannot take it with any piece actually. Let's show. I will show you why. If it takes with the queen, then we can start with a check with the bishop. See, it's protected with our pawn, and then we promote to a queen, and we actually win this. Or black will have to sacrifice the queen on the bishop, and then we will promote after that. So it's not. Well, it will not promote. Maybe he will take it, but this is of course easy win for us still. So look again. If it takes with the king, then we can play king to b8, which we wanted to, and then we will promote next move. And if it takes with the pawn, well, we still have this beautiful bishop check, and the king comes to b8, and we will win this. But after knight b5, black doesn't have to take it with anything. Instead, he plays queen a6 check first. And now if we go to b8, it's going to be a checkmate. So we don't want that. We are forced to put our king away, and then he can take this pawn. Best is to take it with the c pawn. We give a check, and the king comes down, and it will protect this pawn, and the queen will be out there running, and we will be losing this as white. Okay, so knight b5 is not right. The right move to start with is check on c4. Okay, but then you say he can take this pawn. Well, yeah, that is the main variation. Let's just look what happens if he doesn't. Well, if he goes here, then of course we just promote and win. And if the king comes to b5, then we play our king to b8, and we will promote, and we will exchange some queens and maybe lose a piece, but it's still winning easy for white. So, the king takes the pawn. And I'm just going to show you the next move because we want to have this bishop in the action, and we can go to c5 with the tempo move with a check. Also, you see that if the king comes to a8, well, then we have a check here, and we can take the queen, but actually we don't because we are going for the checkmate instead with this beautiful move. Knight d5, discovered check. And either way, the king goes to a8 or a6. We have a checkmate on c7. Beautiful. But of course, after the bishop check, he doesn't have to go to a8. He goes to a6. And now it's a bit tricky. How do white win from here? We gave up our pawn, and we only have two pieces against the queen. No immediate pawns to promote, but we are still winning. Can you find out how white wins from here? Go ahead and pause the video again if you need. And welcome back. Okay, here is the very, very beautiful move. Knight a3. It covers the square of b5. Black's king is really, he's trapped in here. He cannot go anywhere. Everything is covered. So he needs to move his queen. And look at this. Wherever he goes, he will be taken unless he takes here. But first look at bishop b3, which is pretty clever because we cannot take it. Then it's a stalemate. But we can start with checking here. And either way he takes it, best with the queen. If he takes with something else, we just take the queen right away. And this is winning. We don't need more than the bishop and this pawn. The pawn will come up to c3. We can put the bishop in the corner and then just start working with our king. All right. So after knight a3, you see if it goes anywhere else like this, we will simply take it. So he's forced to take our knight on a3. But what happens then? We have this discovered check, of course. b5 check. We lose the pawn, but we win the queen. And this is winning. He can attack our pawn, but we can put our bishop here. Everything is covered here. The king cannot come closer. And we will win this as white. Very, very beautiful. Especially this move here, I think. Knight a3. Fantastic move. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.